Lesbian Evil Swarm. What's going on?
EVILSWARM, what is women?
What's going on, guys? Pegasus and the Wise Guys. I'm here with
Tyler Gonzo.
And he played EVILSWARM Lesbians. So
Exosister, Battle Nuns. Keeping it PG a little bit.
Okay. Family channel, sir. Family.
Pretty standard on the names. You got 3 Martha. She's a new one. She's probably the best sister. She's a 1 card XYZ. You have Stella at 3. You have Elise at 3. Stella will special summon for any of the sisters from hand. Elise specials from hand. These 2 are paired together, so their effects will gain you 800 if the other's on the field. You play 2 Sophia. She will draw you a card if there's no Exosister on the field. And 800, she's got her pair, which is Irene, which is the worst one. You play only 1.
So is that why the descending order, like down to like 2 here and 1 there? Is that like?
Yeah, it's basically you want the 3 of all the best ones in the deck. So Martha, Stella, Elise, and then Sophia's still a good card, but you don't want to see it at 3.
Yeah.
And then Irene's just bad. I'll use this effect very, very rarely. Sometimes I'll get stuck with Elise in hand and Martha in hand, and I don't have any more Elise in deck, so I can't activate Martha. So then she'll come and clutch on shuffling it back or putting it on the bottom. But other than that, it's very rare that you use it.
You love this deck, don't you?
I do. I really do. So pass the names. Those are all the sisters you play. 3 packs. I don't need to explain packs. Packs is ridiculous. That card is absolutely insane. It just searches for any Exosister card.
It's cool artwork too.
It really is. It's the whole reason I picked the deck up, because I like the artwork, and then I like the playstyle, so it just worked. 3 Vadis.
He's the control guy at locals most of the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Striker.
Fuck that guy, man.
This is my jam.
So Ray used to be Bay. Now it's like, oh, I love that.
Now I have a whole like sisterhood of bays.
Hey, bro. What up, Noodle? What up, Noodle? Get your noodle ass out of here, Noodle.
3 Vadis. It's a 1 card XYZ as well. It can be a 1 card 2 XYZ if you respond in the opponent's turn to something moving from the graveyard or about to move from the graveyard. It's insane. 2 Returnia. This card is busted. It's your Spellbook of Fate basically, times 2, because why not? 1 Armament. It's probably the most like lackluster card in the deck, honestly. There are some cute plays where you can dodge some removal during the opponent's turn, but a lot of times you don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Kind of controversial, but I do play the 1 Carpe Divum. This card is clutch. I like it at 1. If I've already gone full combo and I have a Michaelis search, I will usually search for this, because this will out any floodgate. It outs a lot of hand traps, and it starts picking off back row. It's really, really good.
Anti-Nib too.
Anti-Nibiru, anti-Ash. If you've done like Stella into Elise into Capistel, with this on board in your hand, you call Ash and they can't Ash you now. So they can't stop Martha, they can't stop any of the searches. It just goes in.
That's dope.
Alright, so moving on to the hand traps, we play 3 Ash. Ash is still good this format. Anyone that says otherwise is wrong. It hurts this deck so much, and you will be seeing a lot of Exosists, I guarantee it. I'm not even going to explain it. Dimension shifter is dimension shifter.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club, good sir.
Fuck you.
Can we mutually flip him off at the same time?
Let me play my graveyards. Let me just graveyard shenanigans.
I'm gonna go into Crow a little bit. Crow is good this format. We all know that. What makes it good, even better in this deck, though, is that if you run out of targets, or like Elise targets in deck, and you have your Martha in hand still, you can normal summon, activate Crow, and you have an XYZ. So this can be an extender in this deck specifically with Martha.
There's a door behind me. I want you to get out.
Banishing my name.
So you can actually trigger. Say that again, just for people that may be learning.
You can trigger Martha specifically with DD Crow to XYZ someone using just Martha, which makes this card even better in this deck.
Because everybody literally forgot that Exosisters also have the quick.
It's insane.
So how often do you do that? Just for theory-wise, for people to understand.
Most of the time, you don't like that play is kind of more cute. If
you're
grinding a lot,
yeah.
The biggest play that you do and you will do a lot is the Vadis flip into, or even Pax flip, to special summon a sister during their turn in response to them special summoning or like activating like Monster Reborn or type effect. So, and then you get 2 XYZs off of it, and it's can't shut them down. I was playing against a punk player in the last tournament. I activated that in response to them special summoning from the grave. Both sisters saw the leave from grave, so then I go into Michaelis to banish what they just brought back, and also Capastil to say no more special summoning from grave. They stop their turn.
Continue, bro. Continue.
Moving on with the hand traps, we have the 3 infinite impermanents, and that's it. Hand trap stopper.
Right.
Because Ash kills this deck. We also play the 3 Dark Roll No More. We got to be able to get past the board if we do go second. With this build, you do want to go first, which is kind of conflicting here with the Dark Rollers. But if we do get forced into second, we want to be able to still play. This deck can be fragile, but when it does go, it goes.
I saw you going off, bro. I saw you going off.
Last but not least, 3 Pot of Prosperity. Just consistent. You want to see Martha or Pax every single game so that you can go.
So you have to play it.
You have to. There are budget options for this for the players that don't have or want to buy these. You can play Triple Tactics. I personally have liked Pot of Avarice as a one-of, because if you go full combo with Magnifica, and we'll get into that in a second, you have 5 or 6 cards in grave at that point.
So you're locked and loaded and ready to go.
Yep, exactly. And you run out of Elise so fast in this deck. You need recycling Elise is not
paramount.
Too shabby.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. Going into the extra, we have 3 Michaelis. She is probably the best. She's the best rank 4 for sure. She's the only one you max out on. She searches your spell and traps, and she also is a quick effect banish from both field and grave, which is important.
So she's like Trish-ish.
Kind of like Trish-ish, yeah. 2 Capastils, or Caspatel. She is kind of your extender for your Magnifica plays. She searches for a monster on detach, and then on summon. I think the way it was ruled in the TCG, not in the OCG, but in the TCG, is that it is mandatory on summon effect to shut off special summoning from graves. So can't really get queued around like Ogre. So
yeah,
Ogre can't hurt that card.
So she's the card you got to be careful with skillfully wise.
Yeah, exactly. Right now I'm just playing the 2 Asophiel, however the heck you say that one. She's the one you make the least amount, but she does completely shut off tier limits. Like, this is the card you make against tier limits. It just says you're done. It's your Abyss Dweller. Your in-name Abyss Dweller. You can cut this down to 1 if you want. I like having 2 just to have it, because you will make it against tier limits. Lastly, 2 Gabrines. A lot of people are running her at 1 as well. I like 2. She is a walking Veiler, along with the way that you can OTK really easily. She can detach to boost by all XYZ monsters on your field by 800 attack until end of turn, and she does not have to see them for that boost to happen. So
she led to me dying in a game about a week ago, and I was like, oh wow, she's stupid.
Yeah, so you can use her as material for Magnifica, and Magnifica will be at 36.
So while this is material, it gives the boost, or
it just gives it for the rest of the turn. All XYZs.
Period. Even the ones that come out afterwards.
Even the ones that come out afterwards. We do run the 2 Magnifica. This card is the best card in the deck. If you can make this card, you've won the game. Just hands down.
So it was a take 2. It's kind of like the Utopia Draco kind of.
Exactly. So yeah, you use 2 XYZs to make this, and it has 2 quick effects. One is a detach to banish. The other is a detach to return to the extra deck to then use it as, or to XYZ summon that material, using this as material. So you can do some cute plays where, like, I'm going to banish your something on your field. they're going to chain like Ghost Ogre or Veiler or something, and then you respond by using its other effect to, now it's not even on the field, you're going to have a Michaelis on it instead, and another Banish. So and it attacks twice. Greg, it attacks twice.
He's talking about me. I got smoked online by a dude. He gave it 800 and then attacked me twice. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know it could attack twice. Well, I die. So, yeah.
Moving on to the rest of it, we have the one Zeus. It's an XYZ deck. You play Zeus. To be honest, I'd rather play or make Magnifica every single time than Zeus. It just does so much more work, in my opinion. But there are the few times that you will want Zeus. As long as you haven't used like Martha or anything, or Vadis to lock you in.
Is triple Magnifica a possibility?
I've considered it. I've considered it.
He's like, I've considered it.
I've considered it. Last three, and you won't see the sideboard, but this is more for the sideboard than anything. But we have the 3 Ultimate Slayer targets. You have Intess, you have your Wind Pegasus, and then you have a Fairshid. You can play Evil Sun, Double Sunny, or whatever the heck the Trouble Sunny. There we go.
Double Sunny.
But I don't want to play the brick in the sideboard to bring in. I don't want any bricks in this deck. I just don't like bricks. This will cycle your card. So,
well, that's pretty strong, bro. That card that probably uses those is also probably really, really strong.
Ultimate Slayer's pretty good.
I've heard
it's pretty good.
I've heard. Well, bro, I appreciate it, bro. Yeah. Shout out to the lesbians. We're out, bro. His deck says fuck his deck.